Welcome back to Pisces TV with Montana B. This is a special reading for January the 11th. The big 111. Wait, did I do that? 111. Yep, 3 ones. Okay. So the energy with the angel numbers, light codes, 111 can be associated with manifesting. Okay. If I were the magician, in this case, I would probably use my thoughts. Okay, I'm cheating. It said it has something to do with your thinking and to pay attention to that because you are manifesting, Pisces. So welcome to the reading. For those of you that are new, thank you for joining us. And all of my returners, I definitely appreciate your continued support on the channel with each other and for me. The description box has a lot of information, booking, services, and if you want to join us on the other side, our members platform is there. Here on YouTube, we have the community board, our merchandise, and the member section. So take a look through all of that. This is special, so I won't linger in the intro, but welcome. All right, getting the cards all broken up. I hope your week is starting off pretty cool. Now, I'm good for saying, I remember when I said, so when you have personal readings or you get a general reading that talks about manifesting, that talks about your thoughts, it talks about triggers and distractions, those things come up not to warn you that there's some inevitable fate of irritation. It's kind of to change your focus, to prepare, right? Because when there are distractions, usually it's for a reason. When you're almost at the top of that pyramid with communicating something into the elements in the universe to bring it back down to earth, there could be distractions, right? And so that's when we say, pay attention to your triggers. Pay attention to your thoughts because you are manifesting at a rapid rate. That's why balance is required and confrontation should be avoided. Stuff like that. Even heartbreak and loss. For those of you manifesting relationships, taking you away from the past, reminding you of pure love. We have a lot of starseed readings that I've added to the playlist that are very loving. Okay, if you need a little bit of love, these babies, the Starseed Oracle, they're so beautiful, and we've had some beautiful messages delivered through those. Peace and calm because of the moon and other things. People in your environment, their confusion, and even parents to children, okay? Domestic issues, mamas and grandmamas and aunties, all that kind of stuff. You need to focus, Pisces. Unfortunately, at the time, they're not my concern as these are your readings, all right? So let's pull some cards here to talk about current energy. We have the moon. If you hadn't checked it out already, the moon is currently in Capricorn. It just got out of Sagittarius. We have the Wheel of Fortune in the world. Baby, something's turning. You got 3 circles here. You got the moon, you have a wheel, and you have the world. These are all major arcanas. And the Emperor is at the bottom of the deck. So let's talk a little bit about this. Okay, I'm just like, whoa. 3, can you see this? Make sure I got this. I want this all in one shot. You have, my friend, 3 circles. Let me see, wait. Felt like something was attached. Do you see that? I've never seen that, I don't think. If I have, I'll stand corrected. But we start with the moon, okay? Now, as a Pisces, as a water sign, as a moon child, as a star seed, as a bunch of stuff, guys, I don't see the moon as doom and gloom, as some others may. But sometimes, the way I led into this reading, it could talk about the shadow aspect. It could talk about the current moon cycle. And then it also talks about secrets, duality, dreams, psychics, mediums, half-truths, the physical world. Have you ever heard of that? The physical world, and then the world card being the advice, where we have in the Wheel of Fortune, it looks like something is emerging through the wheel. Okay, and then, I like to feel that there's a sense of completion. See that? Oh my gosh, it's so cool. I want to just take time with the pictures real quick before we go into tradition. But do you see like Saturn and the rings? Okay, Saturn is doing some stuff. If you hadn't checked it out, look at the January horoscope reading that I did yesterday. But look at that. The rings, it looks like a globe. Something's coming through it. You see that the colors right there in this little pie chart. It's like something is being created, and then there's this sense of completion when it locks in, when the wheels stop turning, and something is set. You see that? And she sits on top, which usually talks about success, sudden changes, completion, and gains. Okay? We have the Emperor here and also the Ace of Cups, but I'm not going to dig too deep into that stack. Look at that. More symmetry. Is that the right word? We have circles and squares. All right. This talks about stability, security, Aries. For some of you guys, it talks about control. It also talks about patience. Okay. Because the Emperor is very patient because it's strategic. So there's this sense of the mental stability and clarity that's needed to focus. Right. If I were the Emperor, I'm playing chess. I think about the moves I need to make, the moves that have been made, the goal in mind, and protecting myself, right? I love to play chess, even though I suck at it. Anyone else like that? Same thing for pool. So there's a feeling of completion. There's something about stability and security. And for most of you, because these cards, always mean so many things, I feel the physical world. Something about maybe even a waxing moon for some of you, and an alchemical process of the subconscious. It also talks about the nervous system, consciousness, or the body. Okay, so be mindful of that. If you're going through changes, chemically wise, is that right? Chemically right? Okay, whatever. You get what I'm saying. There's a lot of changes and transformations. There's something about this now that I'm thinking about all of these words together that makes me feel like, with the moon energy, the shadow aspect, and then some changes, the moon energy and the current energy for a water sign that could tell you to kind of like take it easy, right? Because you may be sensitive to the cycles and the changes, all right? What I feel with the Wheel of Fortune, it talks about destiny, universal laws, fortune, okay? The beginning again of something, karma for others of us, but the odds being in your favor. All right. Now don't get me started, because somebody said, don't play with me, Montana. If this is a time we should be gambling and stuff like that, blah, 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 woo, woo. Okay. I'm not saying that because I'm not a gambler myself. But if we get the wild card of things turning in your favor with some type of shift, in the atmosphere, that's a good sign. Where some of you could have been into karma, paying karmic debts, dealing with shadow energy, doing shadow work and all that kind of stuff. There's this shift, and then voila, with the Wheel of Fortune, I feel like you're more grounded and down to earth. I feel like if you are taking a gamble on something, it's kind of like the void of cursed moon, even though I haven't looked at when this one will be. It usually is near or around a full moon. I don't know. But something about the void of curse, you can take a look at when the last one was or something like that. And it does talk about, if something does happen, it doesn't count or won't count against you. So we got some of that here. Others of you that are willing to take a risk, that are thinking about gambling, this could be, something comes out in your favor unexpectedly. Others of you, there's a sense of completion. I mean, just kind of like thinking things through. I'm kind of basically talking for the cards, and it's so in the imagery that I really wouldn't even have to know tarot, just looking at the moon and the water and the darkness, and then swoosh, swash, the light comes, and everything that was kind of cloudy. You see the imagery that was kind of cloudy. We couldn't really make out what this was, but we see something. We can't make out what this is, but we see something. Couldn't make out what this was, but we see something. And then voila, here the axis. Oh, look. Oh, this is so cool. Look how the little, whatever they're called, look how that still sits there, sort of. Now, don't get me wrong. The illustrator may have said, I'm doing the Fountain Tarot and I'm going to implement, these cards to kind of communicate with each other, but don't they all, right? So you have to pay attention to that. There's something about the moon still there. There's something about the poles or polarity, right? Where something probably even integrates, because here we have two or something like that. And here we have one. And then here's the energy of all the little squares. And like I said, everything that we couldn't really make out, it was kind of blurry. It was in motion. Here's stillness. So still, there's an energy of stillness in your emotions. There's an energy of security and stability in your lives. A need to get focused, because the Wheel of Fortune in this position, for some of you, could talk about that, not really making things out. This foggy kind of picture, right? And with the moon card next to it, it does talk about a little bit of confusion and how sometimes sitting still, you know what I'm saying, is a thing. Now, for some of you, these cards could be coming out because you're wanting to complete something, but headed into the Mercury retrograde, it's kind of like it could be frustrating with delays, with the challenges and with the changes. So you would kind of just need to sit still, to be the emperor, to have patience, to play with chess. Like me, I told you guys, not so much with the new moon, but something about a Capricorn full moon just ain't for me, right? So I know I probably wouldn't, take a doctor's visit or study for an exam or anything that required much of me, because I really need to shut up. I don't need to be around a whole bunch of people where I got to be the bigger person. I don't need a lot of my children having activities. I probably won't be the most sociable. And, I need to just sit down. I just do, because it pulls on me in a weird way. But that's my natal chart. So you can even check into some of your natal charts. All of these being major arcanas, 18, 10, 21, and 4. These numbers could be symbolic to you too. But I think these are the things that we're trying to manifest. When I think about the Emperor's cube, and I think about, that cube of space. So if any of you are into Kundalini energy or occult knowledge, wisdom, whatever it's called, pull your books out, do some studying on that cube of space, because we have such galactic cosmic energy here, Pisces, where I did set the intention to do a reading for you, and you did come out here. But there may be outside influences. There could be just situational things. And I feel so it's more so about the planet. Not only with the moon, but the planet is going through some type of shift, which I have heard a lot of stuff about. And I do think that there are some big things coming with this new moon in Capricorn that's dated on the 13th. So as it pulls and as it shifts, just be mindful of your light. The star card comes out, and the shadow aspect, the water, consciousness, even if this is the collective kind of coming together. I absolutely love that thought, but I don't think it has anything to do with that. With the world card talking about completion, the Emperor is the number 4. The world card also talks about the 4 corners of the globe. Now, so if I have any conspiracy theories here with the flat earth, or the round earth, now how could you have 4 corners of a globe? Well, I probably would have 4 corners if I broke them into these pie charts. And here I have blue, and I have red, and I have yellow, and I have white. So there could be an energy of, and a little bit of green. Oh, you know what? A lot of you may not understand this, but I know I have a lot of do we call each other sorors or sisters? But looking at this red, blue, white, green, yellow, it's kind of cute. It's like a 5-point star, actually. But I'll stick to the script. The world card, 4 corners of the globe, student, teacher, a journey, okay? Success, inner and outer harmony. So I feel like inner is our world. Outer could be, in the cosmos, and also karmic connections, soul ties, seeing the world as your oyster, wherever you fit with that. Achievements and graduation. It's different for all of you, because this Wheel of Fortune talks about where different zodiacs are, where different placements of your chart is. where Pisces is as a collective. Like, I'm different from you, you different from the person that's going to watch this tomorrow, and we're probably all in a different cycle than the person who may see this next year. So the Wheel of Fortune is like tick, 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 and we're all a tick, right? So a completion of a cycle for you, Pisces, which if I were to just draw the energy from the card, confusion may have something to do with it. Grounding yourself, a new thing that you're bringing in. Maybe you've tried to do it multiple times, and it's like the divine with this Ace of Cups steps in to help. Others of you, karmic, soulmates, past life situations, contracts, and all kind of stuff, or commitments. Stay committed. Find your cube of space, right? And look into that. I really encourage you guys in this 111 reading, in something that you're manifesting, in the wheels turning in your favor, in the Emperor cube of space, in this security, in this strategy, in this game that you play. I encourage you guys to look into that. Look into the angel number 111. Look into the cube of space. And then something about the four corners of the world. How about that, Pisces? Until next time, namaste.